Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, Old Man Life, Thoughts and Opinions, where those two things really don't matter in the great scheme of things. However, I share them with you anyway. Why? It's because I like you. No, seriously, I really appreciate you being here. Appreciate you choosing this video to view. I know you got a lot of options out there. And I'm not trying to portray like I'm an expert, because I am by no means an expert. I'm just some old dude out in his backyard enjoying his hobby, which is firearms and shooting, and doing a little bit of YouTube with y'all. So I greatly appreciate that. And the thoughts and opinions that I am sharing with you today is about this particular firearm right here, which is a reproduction of the famous M1 carbine that was chambered in .30 caliber, which actually saw military service from World War II through the Vietnam War. Not this rifle, this is a reproduction. I am talking about the original M1 carbines that were chambered in .30 caliber. That's a lot of years for that caliber to be in service. Now, there was different variants of this carbine that was made. The original, the M1, they came out with the M1A1, which had a folding stock to it, kind of like a spring tension stock to it, I believe, for airborne operations. And then they also came out with the M2 with the select fire. The original M1 only had semi-auto feature to it. And then also the M3, and I believe the M3, y'all correct me if I'm wrong and leave it down in the comments, but I believe the M3 had the capability to mount thermo optics on there as well. So there was millions upon millions of the M1 carbine that were produced by several different companies, such as General Motors, IBM, Underwood Typewriter Company, and many others. Now, there were other companies. Many of the parts were subcontracted out to other companies like Marlin and Auto Ordnance. And I found all that pretty fascinating, because now Auto Ordnance actually makes a replica of this as well, in .30 caliber, I do believe. And I love the M1 carbine style, and I always have, and I've always desired one of the original M1 carbine in .30 caliber. And even though the M1 carbine can be found today, a hefty price tag comes along with it. So that's why I selected this reproduction model. And this reproduction model is a Chiappa, if I pronounce that correctly. So this is the reproduction made by Chiappa, the M1-9 rifle. Now, Chiappa Firearms is an Italian group specialized in the production of firearms, and Chiappa USA is actually exclusive U.S. importer of this firearm, of the maker, and a distributor of both Chiappa Firearms and Charles Daly Firearms. And the company was actually founded in 1958 over in Italy, and then they have their U.S. Importer company in Dayton, Ohio. So here's some technical data to go along with this. And you know, the original was chambered in .30 caliber. This one is chambered in 9mm Luger. It's a semi-auto. The barrel is 19 inches long. It's a magazine fed, and it actually takes Beretta mags. This is the magazine it came with. And right here on the side, it just says 92 9mm. This ain't an original Beretta mag right here, the one it came with, but this will work in a Beretta. And then also your M9, Beretta M9 magazines will work in this firearm as well. Is what y'all seen me shooting with at the beginning of the video. And then also, if it takes the M9, it will take the 92 FS, which I'm very fond of, the Beretta. So I'm very happy that this one takes those mags as well. And so you can see it's got the, you know, the traditional look of the M1 carbine wood stock, and then your metal plate back here, and then the place for your oiler and your sling. And then it's got a swivel mount up front, and it's even got your bayonet lug here. And then you got your bladed front sight, and then your rear sight is adjustable, both windage and elevation. And this slides. Let me see if I can get a little bit better picture for y'all with this. This eye peep sight slides back and forth for different, there's about 3 different clicks there, and then also windage and elevation right here on there. Excuse me. And then obviously it's a steel barrel, the bolt alloy receiver. And the overall length of this is 34.3 inches, and just a nice compact carbine chambered in 9mm. Absolutely a blast to shoot. The overall weight to this is 2.65 pounds. Now, I will say that some of the things that I don't like about this carbine, I mentioned that it's got the bayonet mount to it, but this is a plastic piece right here. It's just for looks. I don't think you could actually put a bayonet on there, and maybe it'll click on there, but it wouldn't stay on there very long, but it's plastic. I don't like that. The safety selector lever, which is right here, we are clear. The safety selector lever right here, it's a plastic barrel kind of swivel type. As you can see, that's safe on, safety's off, safe on. Nothing, I mean, the safety works fine, but it is plastic. It's just kind of very, I don't know, soft feeling. I don't know how to describe it actually, but it's just a very soft feeling. Safety works, but I wish it was more pronounced in its clicking, in its clicks when you put it on. Even maybe so a barrel safety, but it's a M1 Carbine, the original M1 Carbine. At one time, it did come with the barrel push button style safety, I do believe, if I read that correctly. And they switched it to this manual lever safety because soldiers were getting were pushing in firefights and everything. They were pushing the swivel or the barrel style safety, or thought they were pushing that safety, but they were really pushing this button release for the magazine, and then their magazines were falling out of their weapons. So they changed this selector style for the safety, so like this. So anyway, and then the other thing I don't like when you're firing it, depending on the magazine you use, if I use the original M9 magazine or the 92 FS magazine, the bolt will lock back to an open position with the magazine in, but as soon as you release that magazine, the empty magazine, that bolt will close. With the magazine that the rifle, the carbine came with, it won't even lock back on an empty magazine. And like I said, when you release that magazine, that bolt slides forward anyway. So you're still inserting the next magazine on a closed bolt, and inserting that magazine is a little bit tough. I mean, you can get it in there, but there's no give to it because you're seating that bolt, you're seating that magazine and the rounds up against the bottom of that bolt. So I don't really like that. I wish it had an open bolt design, open locking bolt, and you can't lock it back. It does not have a lock that you can physically lock this bolt back at any point. So I don't really care for that too much. The pros, well, it is the replica of the famous M1 Carbine at a very lower cost of the actual M1 Carbine. It's lightweight. It's only a little over 2 pounds, and it's got a wood stock. I really like that wood nostalgic look to it. It's chambered in 9mm. The magazines, as I said, I'm very fond of the Beretta firearm, the 92. So this takes both the M9, the 92 FS, and then the magazines that it came with. So I'm very happy with that. And then it's just fun to shoot, man. It's really fun to get out here on the range shooting. And I would like to hear y'all's thoughts about it, your opinions, the stories you have about maybe the original M1 Carbine, or if you happen to have the original M1 Carbine, share your thoughts and opinions on it. And if you happen to have this one, share your thoughts and opinion on it as well. And let me say this one more thing is I looked at, I'm shooting here at 12 yards. So the accuracy was pretty spot on, but I did have to adjust this sight all the way to its furthest point back. And then I went back to 12. Well, I was shooting at 12, went back to 25, went to 50 and 75. At 25 and 50, I was dead on, and I was in a supported position on both of those at 25 and 50. And then I went back to 75. I was unsupported back there, but I could never hit the target at 75 yards. Maybe someone else can, but past 50 yards, I was unable to hit the target. So anyway, thought I'd share the accuracy with y'all or what I found out, and hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to put my ears back on. I'm going to do some more shooting with it and have some fun. Hope to see you on the next one. Y'all stay safe. God bless. We'll see you next time.